Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Welcome back to the StarSeries and I-League close qualifiers between Big and Sprout. We're into map 3 of this series, and it is Inferno. It's become the final battleground. Will Sprout be able to take a best of 3 above Big, something they've never done before? Or will it be Big securing history and their place in the semi-finals? If you're just joining us, remember that you have missed 2 maps. Nuke and Overpass went 16-13 on both of those maps, with Nuke going the way of Big and Sprout taking Overpass after a dire performance from Big in that first half. Very similar ways that those maps went down, with Big nearly bringing comebacks to both of them, or nearly bringing the comeback in the first one, most certainly bringing the comeback in the second, nearly bringing the comeback in the second one, most certainly bringing the comeback in the first one. And now Inferno will be the map that decides it's all here between these two sides. It's not a map that they've shared as of right now, but they have got a lot of experience on it. Especially in the case of Big, who have played it on LAN in the past at the European Minor at ESL 1 Cologne. And also their online experience as well with the GGBet New York Invitational, victories above Hellraisers, Fierce, Gamer Legion, Avangard as well, you know, major finalists and everything. They've got a bit of history, they've got a lot riding on this current map. Again, this is all about the semi-final spot. This is a single elimination bracket, and that is all that they have available. They lose this map, they're not going to StarSeries. They win, they might still be in with a chance. But again, they'll have to face up against the winner of the Tricked versus Aristocracy match a little bit later on today. For now, Inferno coming up in a short couple of moments' time. I'm the Eternal J, and I'll be taking you through this series. And if I had to make a prediction, I'm probably going to go Big on this one, because their experience has been against some much tougher opposition in the last few months. I believe this is going to be their game to win, and I believe that they will be the ones to win it here. To the 9th round go the way of Sprout. I imagine they'll pick the CT side. I mean, both teams have a pretty decent T-side basis, so let's have a look. It's usually tradition to go to the CT side, and that's exactly what Sprout will do. So there you go. Again, this might be a good or a bad sign, but I think that a lot rests in this first half for Big especially. Again, we saw 2 dire opening halves from this side, one of which they were able to recover, the other one lesser so. So if they can't get going on this one, which again on paper is the better half for them, then this might be a simple affair for Sprout. But I'm still going Big on this one. I can't doubt the level of talent they have here. Have been a little bit quiet. As long as they're awake, then they're going to take it. If not, I think Sprout may be in with a chance. Either way, this map is set to be a close one, so buckle in, folks, as we get ready to move on Big versus Sprout, the final map of the this quarterfinal series. The second one coming up a little bit later on. I think immediately following this one, especially if this map ends up going all the way to 9 o'clock CEST, that is when the next match is scheduled to start between Trick and Aristocracy. Obviously, if this one does overrun, we'll hold out for you and we'll bring you that one in a couple moments after the fact. But now, though, just waiting for the pistol round to get started here between these two sides. And I hope they do get started pretty soon, because I'm on a hard out, so it's not too strenuous of a hard out, but regardless. And see our odds for this map up as well. It seems like GGBet agree with me. Big, the favourites. But I certainly wouldn't put it past them to make those odds as close as they want to, because at the moment, Big have been a little bit intermittent. Some good performances from certain players, especially in that last map where they were able to bring the comeback, but at the same time, remember, that first half did not look good from Big, and certain players did not come alive. The likes of Zentaris, the likes of Tabson. If they can't come alive here on this first half, then things will be looking a bit awkward for Big. Come on, boys. All you have to do is type ready in the chat, and then we can get started. I was really hoping we wouldn't be here in the awkward sort of freeze time between the wars. I mean, look, I'm ready to go. It's all about these boys. Here we go. I'm hearing the countdown ticks. Therefore, this match is about to begin. It's our final map between Sprout and Big, with Sprout starting things off on the CT side. See the pistol buys come through. Single flash smoke NHE for Speedy. We have some Kevlar for everybody else. Default pistols also in play for the CT forces. And two players with a single flash smoke and HE over on that T side as well. Tizian and Tabson. I think the two nades to go out towards Banana, potentially set up for the B execution. That's what this setup looks like here. Very common stuff coming out from the Big squad as Keto and Farvan quickly around the corner. They're about to receive nades to the face or not. Flashbang actually to get Zentaris into position and try and see if he can look for the frag, but response nades comes through from Spiddy. There's a little bit of damage towards him, secondary flash, and they haven't been able to get control of Banana. Finally, Keto forced down as Tizian lands the nade on towards him, but committing a lot of resources just to get the Banana control. A little bit of a lurk coming through. Look at Smooya all the way in the apartment. Citizen's going to go down towards the A-bomb site. Dennis will be able to take out next to the counter rotations come in thick and fast from the CT forces. Dennis taking that kill and has bought a chance for Farvan and Spiddy. They're going to rotate up and try and hold the main site defense. Oh, Zentaris' Achilles heel has been spotted. Meanwhile, Farvan catching off Smooya over to the graveyard area. Smokes down out towards Long. A 4-on-3 retake to the favor of the T side. And Dennis move in. Spots Zentaris, USP up, looking for the headshot, and he takes him down pretty easily. So, 2 kills to his name, holding the defense still. Tizian's going to try swinging against him, but 2 players without a Kevlar might hurt the T side a little bit. Smooya and Tabs in very passive positions. One head back behind the corner spawn. Smooya looking for the taps against next man. Farvan taken down. It's all left to Spinning now. Dennis also falls. And Tabson ends up with the 3K. Smooya not even getting a pick there, even though it was pretty pivotal to the whole aggression. But regardless, it's Big with a first on the board. Big start from them. And again, they need to maintain control. They need a round like that. They need a good start, and they cannot afford to let go of this T side. Forced by a standard for Sprout and Big Scout. for Searson. Out to the mid control, trying to look for someone out there from the second mid position as well. Unable to find anything, as in the end, he goes falling far. Unable to turn back on towards the likes of Zentaris over at Banana, though. Dennis holds on the SMG out towards the long position. Good smoke down from Keto, buying a bit of breathing room, but also buying a cross out the default position. TG's going to push right through that smoke and take both players out, though. So, Farther and Spinny, 2 players left. Best to save the Kevlar. The bomb plant will be secured. Nothing available for Sprout in this one. Pretty common standard anti-eco. Well, anti-force buy, I should say. It was a force buy this time from Sprout. We saw them take the eco out for the last couple of pistol conversions. And this time, no such reversal will come through. .2-0 here for the big side. You'll be seeing the eco come through and everything. Simple stuff being posted out so far here in the start of the map up. Utility trying to respond to the initial aggression from Sprout on the part of Big. So Nays up against them. Mac 10 from Spitty. Up for that smoke. Push up towards that mid position. This could get a bit awkward for Sprout, but Smooya. Ooh. This could be a kill. Oh my god, what on earth? They think they're safe. Smooya's called it! And they will be able to return just about in time. Smooya saving the round, essentially, for Big, because that could have been absolutely massive, but no. Searson, last man standing, AK picked up. Does get a kill on Smoot. In the end, they maintain control. Trying to look for that AK as well, but the Molotovs will force them back. Okay. Panic over. Now the AWPs of the rifles can come out from Sprout, and they will land on the first face. Searson taking out Tabson, starting things off on the right foot again for the CTs. With Banana control coming through as well. The smoke's down, and the teams don't want to push past it. Also, Apartments control being shut out by Dennis. He's been so good in this position. Second player up, the nades against him will do a lot of damage. He will still hold face before eventually falling back out and joining his teammates. It's a 5 versus 3, so no need to concede the man advantage as Farven catches off Centaurus. Again, kind of peeking around over towards the banana position, falling all the same. Tizian and Smooya. Now just Tizian. Smooya goes down. Getting picked apart very efficiently here. Sprout finding and isolating the 1v1s against Big. Great defensive posted up and a bit of passiveness kind of hurting them out here. Tizian eventually just get faced in, taken out all the same. 3-1 on the board. Sprout with their first on the CT board. Effective and efficient. And the rebites come in, loads of rifles, AWPs for Big Dog Smoo and Big Dog Searson. Dennis tagged up initially on the face, back over to that short position. Falls over towards the pit area alongside Keto that'll back him up. Apartments controls being taken as they try and contest down the banana area as well for the CT side. Smokes up, Smooya looking on towards Banana. Jump facing will catch off one player, but will not be able to take him down. Eventually that quick scope lands on Farvan. Does a little bit of damage, but that opens up Banana control. Are they ready for a second player around that corner? Well, they don't have to be, but best to be alert. And it will stall for a bit of time, just out of passive control, out of assumption from the T side. Spinny back over at Coffins, ready to lock him out. He's got backup over in Searson. He's smoked off on towards the cross. Here comes Spinny, taking out Zentaris, dropping that bomb. 16 seconds, the flashbang from his teammate leaves him out in the open. 3-on-3, the bomb can get picked up and planted. Big mistakes being forced out there by the CTs. And the plant can come through, but what can Searson do to lead his teammates back into contention? It's Orb scoping in, giving up the position over at Construction. Smooth, ready to challenge on towards him, and Searson hoping there's someone back over at New Box. Next finds Dennis, the low HP player of the CT Forces. That might just send any opportunities out on the retake. Well, Keto will take out Smoothie, and that's one orb drop. Next turning back around, the spray is good. Oh my god, they've done it, but do they have time? The defuse kit from Keto needs to get right on the bomb. This will be close, and I think they've just got it. Yeah, they've got it. This will be a second for Sprout, just by the skin of their teeth, though. That one could have gone 6 ways from the Sunday, let's put it that way. And the peak's going awkwardly for the big side. No real reason to go for those aggressive faces, but they will regardless, and they'll pay for it. Now down to Eco, and Searson is just firing away. Going ham, dropping that bomb in Mexico. The flashbang might force him out of position. He's got back up on towards long, and he does fall back out towards short. Big do gain a little bit of map control. But again, the equipment, the lack of it, no, the equipment or lack thereof, I should say, going to be basically nothing, essentially, for Big. They won't have any opportunity to make their way in. Next, last man. There it is, Keto with 3. Easy anti-eco, little damage done. 10 points across the entire CT line, quite literally. Spinny will strike first once again for the Sprout side. Zentaris down through the smoke, down towards banana position. And smoke in. Molotov's out again, trying to stop them from getting into the mid position. I'm quite concerned about Zentaris once again. You know, again, this is the guy that a lot of people rate as being the big fragger outside of Smooya for Big. So far, he is doing a pretty decent job. Getting out Spiddy towards that long position. Still one-man advantage, make it two-man advantage for the CT forces as Dennis strikes out towards, gets a third kill, second kill I should say, third frag eventually found. Combining alongside Spiddy for all 5 between those two players. Sprout with a 4th and a lead being gained away by Big. And yeah, taking a look at those numbers, then Taurus, 0 frags, 2 assists, 7 deaths, a tactical timeout called by Big early on once again. They need to find a way to activate these players. At the very least, Smooya is performing, so that's one good star player able to do some damage. But again, Zentaris needs to spool up, because when he looks good, he looks consistently good. They can get him activated, then this might be an easy affair for Big, but they've got to get him going first. Nades doing little damage to the CT side. CSN out towards mid, facing up against those pistols. CSN and Dennis, crossfire lock, 3 frags found. Tabson and Tizian, last 2 players standing out towards mid and Boiler. Smokes in over towards the cross. We have 5 versus 2 scenario. AWP shots being missed entirely at this stage. Doesn't matter too much. Big still at the 5-on-2. 3-man advantage for Sprout. Should be able to lock out these kills relatively easy. No flashes to get them in around the corners. Spiddy trading off positions from Searson. Tizian falls, Tabson falls, and 5-3 favour the Sprout. Smooya strikes first this time for Big. At the very least, getting a kill to that mid position. This is what we need to see more from Big. Again, they need to start finding these opening frags. They need to gain the map control because the utility usage from Sprout has kept them at bay quite frequently. Bomb will get picked up. Looking like for the most part they are going to commit here towards that B bomb site. Flashbang's over, trying to see if they can get the Ghost on a little bit of information. They will be able to spot out the Krieg at least, or hear the Krieg. They don't know about the 3 other T-side players coming in. Flashes over, smokes go down. Molotovs also at the ready. 50 seconds on the clock for Big to make the execute. And Farvan and Spiddy are joined by a 3rd. First box, Dark and Cross now set up for the defense. And actually Big are going to rotate away from that. Good call, because Dennis is the only man on the ace site to defend. Sprout. About to receive hell, but with 20 seconds on the clock, all Dennis needs to do is drop that bomb planter. If he can do that, he'll be in a decent position as now Tabson tries to lurk and force the issue, faking it out entirely, but Dennis hears those footsteps. Here he comes. Tizian shuts him out immediately. Well placed there from Big to draw in the rotations and leave one man isolated. They will lose Tabson in trade, but it's a noble sacrifice, one that is worthy. Big will start to catch up very early on in this one. 5-4 on the board. The second timeout coming in for the T side. Going to keep this momentum going on the part of the big side because they know that the buy's coming back from Sprout. Double up setup for Farven and Searson with 3 automatic weapons, of course, to back it up as standard. Same can be said for Big with the single AWP setup on Smooya. Still no frags posted by Zentaris, and this might be the reason they're taking on these tacticals. They need to find a way to chin him up, or otherwise find some sort of way to get him, set him up, or you know, chin him up or set him up. That's really the options for Big. They need this guy to be fragging. Zentaris takes the early damage here from the CT forces. Dennis boosted up, ready for Apartment's control. Next, Ortizian could face against this man. Then Nade should do damage to him and Keto, though. Keto takes the brunt of it. Follow-up Nade should finish off the job. Let's look at how low HP they are. And Searson left now on to the long position. Excuse me, I was going to say short. Molotov to force Tizian back out of the way. He should be out of the apartments for the most part. Again, the damage being done to Sprout. Forcing Keto and Dennis to passive areas. Smooya to fall back here, 45 seconds. He'll be waiting in the apartments to try and lurk it out. Meanwhile, Farven with the AWP. They have got flashes to force him off position. Gonna come in from Tizian. Jump face and the boost. They take him down. The information gained. And now B-Site is over the business. Rotations incoming from Spiddy's got to try and cut off the first player. Swotes can go down towards the cross, and he recognises this all the same. And now with a 4-on-4, the HP advantage massively tips to the favour of Big. They line up for Spiddy. He does damage to Tizian, takes out Zentaris, and Searson with the AWP. Scopes back in to get the man advantage for his team, but this is so tradable, so recoverable for the big side. Tizian and Smooya. After plant position set up, one new box, one outside of dark. Flash in, supported, it's Tizian to take out Searson. AWP peeks, missing the shot on the player at the backlines though, as Keto and Dennis continue to press forward looking for this retake round the corner. Tizian, simple spray onto Keto, and Smooya finishing the job off on Dennis. So a couple of hairy moments there. And a third frag for Tizian, a 5th round for Big, keeping this as close as they possibly can, knowing that elimination is right around the corner. Big. Again, early damage done to their line. Farven tagged up of his own right, but Sprout are going to gain so much dominion over Big, leaving the pit position open. That's surprisingly exposed, actually. No one watching the apartments, and Big acting so quick on towards it. They can actually backstab in against these players. They're going to get a bomb plan out of this. Spiddy backstabbing will capture Zentaris, now realise what the real game is about. And Dennis, too late to the rotation as the smoke goes up. He tries to find a gap to work with. He does spot out Smooya. The AWP will fall. But Nex able to respond all the same. 4-on-3. The plant now coming down out towards the back lines. Nades in, flashes over. The utility they want to throw right now. Big need to throw it. They have no more smokes. The Molotovs coming in to block off long. Next set themselves up on that boost spot over at the pit position. Big waiting to receive as Incendiary trying to force the wrong position. Tizian caught off guard by a double face in. Keto gets down one. He trades back. Searson also on rotation and on response from Spiddy. 3 players alive for Sprout. Will get the 6th on the CT board. Big. Nice chance to try and make the afterplant work, but in the end, that man advantage just a bit too much for them. The great trades. Slow, but they work. And Sprout can maintain the lead, just holding on by the skin of their teeth to that CT advantage. Quick smokes, flashbangs over, quick peeks coming in from 2 towards second mid, and Dennis and Farven quickly lock out the frags against Tizzy, and then next they weren't ready for that. Big, now making their way up into Banana, and Searson can shut out Tabson for it. Zentaris and Smooya, the last 2 players remaining, peeked in. Smooya will take a trade back at the very least. Smokes and Molotov still at the ready for Smooya. The peek in from Keto will shut both those PC utility down alongside the AWPs. And Tyrus with the bomb in its control. But 3 players to face on towards the B site. Backstab incoming from, I believe that's Dennis. On towards mid, up through second mid as well. Molotov's ins and Taurus does get the spray on towards him. Good luck. Out towards A is where they'll go, around the corner into the apartments, recognizing this backstab might be in place. Biddies are going to get ready for him at the back of the bomb site. M4 watching on to the balcony. We're actually hiding back behind and expecting the balcony presence. And Taurus will go for the plant, but he's in a lot of danger from here. Spiddy moves up, and Taurus peeks left. Not checking left, though. And it will be a 7th for Sprout once again.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
This tactical from Big, their 3rd being used. They are pretty liberal with these. And it will be all used in the first half, but they need to find a way to turn it around again. Some of the numbers posted by some of the players are just not up to par for the Big side. And the rebites come back from the Big squad. Force up from the T side. At this stage, it might be required. One boost from Searson gets all the way across. How do you get so much air out of that? I don't know, but either way, Searson's going to make it work for the opening frag. Leg on the Smooya, P250 with the damage being done, takes him out, looks back in onto second mid. Not ready for the Zantaris face from top mid. And now Keto left a little bit isolated. He's expecting fast-paced players, as is Dennis. Ready to try and lock out the spray on the one man, but only gets a 1-for-1. 3v3. 2 players line up for Keto, and he maintains control for Sprout. Tabson, alone. Bomb on his back at the very least, has that much to work with, so he has got a chance left in this round, but he's going to have to isolate 1v1s with the AWP on the take. One awkward peek, one bad piece of timing will be enough for Keto to finish off the job. 3 kills, well placed, well played, and Sprout will win the half. Still got a lot more work to be done though. This lineup from Keto, well placed again. Nexus and Taurus, no idea what was going on. And neither did Tabson know that this man was still held back over at the pit position. And Big have to go for the half buy at this stage. No choice. Way up and over, nice damage being done by the nades. Farman sprays on 1, 2, knows that there's one at the edge of the smoke, but Smooya will still end up with the kill as the spray is a bit awkward. Makito comes in with that refrag all the same. So 4 versus 2, bomb out in the open. CTs, full control once again. Even if the blind sprays don't even land on anybody, it should be enough to keep it suppressed. The Searson turns the awful towards one man. There you go. Tizian last man standing. And the USP, blind shot to the head, will take him down. 9-5, Sprout. Bit back and forth between Sprout and Big so far in this one. Now things looking a lot more confident. Up in for Searson. Watch that flashbang go down towards the mid area. Smooya tagged up a little bit. Nades onto Tizian as well. Zantara is bravely pushing forward. Dennis is taken out towards the apartments. That's a nice opening little frag. Zantara turns on towards Farvan, looks for the second player around this corner. Smooya deals with the AWPer of the CT side. Spitty next up, Spitty next down. And Keto left alone, isolated towards the A-bomb site, and every peek and pick going well for the T side this time. If only they had a few more rounds like that, then things might look a bit more confident, but as it stands, the bomb plant will go down. Keto, there's nothing he can do. As at the turn of the half, it will still be Sprout with the advantage. And not quite the 10-5 that they were hunting down. Still recoverable for Big as they go to their CT side. Very quickly ready to roll into this pistol round. You're just joining us here at halftime. Sprout so far have the lead. USP shots from Smoothie. We'll be able to catch a little bit of information up first. It's not got the utility this time. It's on Tabson and Tizian. The defuse kit on Tizian with a double flash, but a single flash smoke and HE on Tabson. Meanwhile, on the Sprout side, they've got utility set up for Searson and Dennis. Double flash smoke for Dennis, single flash smoke, and P250 for Searson. Like to see that passed off to somebody else that can play raid boss in this one, but so far, no such things will be seen. Flash over, smoke down towards long. They're going to go towards short instead. Smooya, one good headshot on towards Keto, locked out from next to the second face. Back over at the pit position. They try and pressure him down, but they aren't able to get those frags. Smooya pops out, Farvan takes in, but Tizian trades it back in solo HP player. Solo HP on the last player alive for Dennis. There it is. Next closes out the job. And Sprout dismantled on the crossfire. Big setting up, I think 3 players or so. All out towards the various positions. Either way, an overview of a disaster for the pistol round for Sprout. And again, they are going to opt not to force buy. Which again, considering the success that they've had on the force buy round, I'm quite surprised that they haven't gone for it, you know. They've, I think, forced 3 different times so far in this series after the pistol, and they've won it every single time. Of course, don't quite that, my memory is terrible, but either way, Big back in. Looking for round 8, should be confidently obtained as well by the CT forces. And Sprout play passive at the moment here towards top mid. Not going too far forward against Big. They know that they are at the firepower disadvantage, so just facing in is not going to be the best of ideas. Next takes out Spitties, and Tara tries to hold on with the M4 flash over. Loads of players spotted, but he only goes for the one frag and falls back passive. Smart, making sure they do not concede anything and allowing the SMG to clean things up. The Smooya and Tabson. Well, it was actually just Smooya actually getting the SMG kills. Thought Tabson got one in the end, but either way, it's $1,200 gain for the AWPer. Money return, and Big we'll keep those SMGs in play now up against the buy-up for Sprout. 4 AKs, 1 Krieg. Automatic weapons, left, right, and center for the T's. Automatic rifles in particular with one-shot headshot potential available. Where they're going to go? Out towards Banana for the initial phase. Trying to see if they can get ahead of the utility, and for the most part they will be successful. And look at how quickly this is going to go. Spray up against Intaris. No idea there's one man back at Sandbag. Nade will give it up. Farther there with the traders. Dennis does end up falling. A 4 versus 3, making it almost 2 actually. Smoothie swings in and takes it back to evens once again. The T is failing in the Banana control, fall back, cut their losses, head towards A, realizing a second player must have rotated out towards supporting their big main man of the B-side defensive. And it leaves it all on Tizzy and SMG, close range at the corner, ready for them to make their way up, trying to reposition, takes out Keto for the first man. Smoke down towards the right-hand side, facing in towards left, can't connect the spray on Spitty, but Nexus rotated in time, Searson still trades, 1-on-1. And bomb plant open for the Graveyard. Will Searson be resting in a graveyard is the question. Will Smooya be able to mount it? No. The SMG versus the rifle, and the headshot landed quicker against the CT player. There you go, rifle round 1 by Sprout, reinstating that 2-round lead. Big. Wants to reinvest here, a very hard buy back into round 19. Same can be said for Sprout, but you can see the differential here. They've got pistols out on the big side. Sprout with 3 AKs, or 2 AKs and a Krieg, 3 automatic rifles, and 2 SMGs, UMPs in particular, Dennis and City. Zentaris looks up. Trying to get the opening frag out towards Banana. Flashbangs come over on the part of Sprout. Taris spraying on Searson, doing damage. Forcing off angle at least, that's one thing gained. Ito facing around towards short nades, also on towards quad. Burst in from Dennis, will try to take something out through the smoke, but it's completely blind, therefore he doesn't land onto anything. Hampson with the 5-7. Is Keto ready for this? Smoke down towards... Is that the arch smoke? I can't quite tell. Either way, Keto flashing out the one man, looking on. Tabson's got his back to... Are you kidding me? He's found them all! 2 kills, 3 kills for Tabson! 5-7 and Sprout just weren't ready for it. A flashbang's not enough! And Farthen left alone! And a 1 versus 5, I can't believe he's pulled that off. Tabson so slow to start on the second map, and here on the third, he's tapping heads left, right, and center. Farthen left with literally no money. Rifles picked up big, relying on one man to wreck face and raise hell. I love his trigger discipline as well. The lineup, 2 players dead, and Keto just couldn't respond. That was the most perfect placement. And that'll be a timeout for Sprout, because that should not have gone that way. Absolutely not. Might be one of the most beautiful plays I've seen with a 5-7 in this game. And for Sprout, it's crippling. Pistols, Deagles, P250s, 1 MAC-10, 1 AK saved, of course, from the last round of Farthen. At this stage, you must imagine that their chances have hit the floor to maintain this lead. There's a force buy around for the Sprout side, so not a lot of cash available. And 2 players out towards the B-bomb site. Valvin starts first, takes out Zentaris, smokes back down, nades in, should do a lot of damage, and indeed it will be able to do so. Tabson with 2 Keto trades back 3 versus 3. Getting access to the B-bomb site, at the very least something goes right for Sprout. This might actually be a round that they can make work. Oh, but the nade landing perfect. I believe Big will try go in for the retake. Again, 3-on-2. Flashes over. So here they come. Keto spraying through, taking out next. Back to evens once again here. And Tizian with the SMG has got to work quick. They both got defuse kits, but they're running out of time still. Flash over. Keto takes that chance to peek out and strike. Tizian with the trade back to 1 versus 1. They know he's here at New Box, but he hasn't got time for this. The time ticks so low. And indeed, Keto ends up with 4 frags to keep control for Sprout after a disaster of a 20th round. Still coming back against that big side. And that might force the issue again here for the money line. Another tactical called by Sprout. In spite of the issues they've got. I don't see an investment coming through. Next in particular on 2.5 grand. Same thing for Zentaris and Smooth at the moment. Maybe a half buy. Upgraded pistols, a bit of Kevlar for the high rollers. Yes, P250s at the helm. Deagle's in for the big side. Just flashbangs, and that should be all the utility set up, faced away from next. Deagle's up, good couple kills coming in from Big. 3 overall with the pistols, and once again the rifles fall straight into the crossfire. The trap working so efficiently. 3 kills for Tizian at 5 points of health. Searson probably not making it out of this one. One v 5, best case to save the rifle. This is not going to happen. And just back and forth between Sprout and Big. Might be able to land 2 good kills here. Okay, hold on. Could still recover here for Sprout, but one player so close, he's got his back turned to him, the shoulder bait. But I don't think Next saw him. Still Molotoving out quad, checking out the corner. Yeah, Next too far back. The bomb right there. The spray's not good. And there you go. Another deco. Every single time I count Big out, for some reason the pistols just break out and they just wreck everybody. I don't get it. After such a confident start as well for Sprout, and 9-6 half. And Big are now back within 1 on the CT side. On what, again, statistically is their worst half in this map. Sprout back to Eco, back to Force Buy, in fact. $600, $850. They are investing a lot into just pistols. Does Smoothie smell blood in the water? I don't know if he does. I don't know if Big can smell anything at the moment. Very passive coming in from Sprout, but in the end they face out towards Banana, and Farvin, first casualty. Just all maintain that Banana control. Big, for once, actually not going to go and contest it with the utility basis. They're just going to play passive, knowing that Sprout can just push in. Already got a couple of good ecos out of the B site here. Face towards B-bomb site one more time. Zentaris now crossfiring with Tabson, getting ready for the hit. The body block, the spray still good, completely blind from Tabson. And Spitty and Searson will go down. Bomb being dropped. That should be round over. Should be back at evens for Big to catch up to the Sprout side. Zentaris all 4, but again, Tabson completely blind. No troubles for him. 4 kills. Looking for the ace against Keto. His second ace as well in this series. He's going to land it. Actually, no, Smoothie stole it. Ah, I can't believe that, man. Denied by the UK lad. Doesn't matter too much. He's not having a half bad game. Currently second from top fragging behind Tabson. So there's lots to share. 1 kill to separate it. And the eco out for Sprout. Already going to get mowed down by Zentara. Straight up on the sandbags. Keto is dead. Tabson there to support with utility nades. Molotov's coming forward. He'll be forced forward even further. Zentaris continues that spray, doing damage. AWP here for Tabson. Zentaris ends up with 3 frags and next gets the other 2. So big. Taking the lead back against the eco. But again, this is all about the rifle round. Orb could be bought by Searson. Will he go for it? Yes, he will. And Farvin, one of 3 AKs, half invested into this one. A lack of utility, though. Only 1 player with a full set. They have got enough smokes and flashbangs to go for the execution. But 3 Molotovs is going to make it a little less defined. Put utility out towards that banana position again. They're going to try and contest around the broken wall. Smokes back in. And big. Nades also at the ready. Both towards the wood stack. No one will receive it. Very passive control again. This smoke down towards Arch side. Both teams have tried their best to be as far behind it as they humanly can. It will clear and Tabson will realise that the same applies to Sprout. Spots 1 player crossing. I think you can see the second though. Great flashbang to push him out of position. Will fall back. Bit of aggression held by Keto, close range out towards this short position. Trying to line up a smoke, but he's very close to a CT player. Want to be ready for this, try to round that corner against both of them. In fact, there was a boost in play. The 4-man stack dissipates as the contact play from Tabson is forced back to dark. And all 5 players will stack up. Zentaris with a counter incendiary ready to put that down as soon as Sprout wants to act. Instead, re-smokes it as well, using everything he can. Try and hold them back for a couple seconds. Now placed up at first box, ready for first contact again. Just put that incendiary down, fall back and wait for the AWP. 25 seconds on the clock. This will run the clock extremely low. Little does Tabson know he's pixels away from catching the first frag onto Spitty. Faces in, spray in with the Zentaris as well. Keto trades back. Tabson still left in the back of the bomb site. Now being pressured with tag damage. Spots the 1 man, connects onto the fountain instead. So his bullet doesn't land, but at this stage he's stalled for enough time. The bomb plant is just going to get secured. So 3 versus 2 for Big. Up on the retake. Very passive positions being held out by the Sprout side. Keto back behind second. Searson a bit more passive over in Banana. The bomb's not even planted for him. This spray needs to go well and it just doesn't. And now Searson with an impossible task ahead of him. If he faces towards site, it's going to be exposed to Smooya. If he takes out Smooya, he can't get access to the site. The shoulder bait. Eventually connects towards the 1 man, but he's just going to throw in the towel. Knowing exactly where he is. Unlucky 13 for Big on the board once again. And when they got to this position, this is where they started to lose control against Sprout. The AWP saved up. This might be justifiable. Will they go for the force buy? They'll take a tactical timeout to figure that out right here. Their 3rd being used up in this second half. And they'll go for the buy-up in the end. 1 Galil for Dennis, 1 SMG for Spitty. Numbers being posted as well. Really lopsided for Sprout. 9 frags on 5 at the low end. Keto, 21 at the top. Didn't expect that at this stage, but regardless. Might be the issues I have to work on at this point. Big for the moment, however. Playing as a great team, playing as a great CT side, trying to hold the defensive. Smooya in a very, very tight angle here towards the apartments and a bit too far pushed up. Keto recognizing the danger, hearing that scope and swinging out against the AWPer, knowing that he can't challenge. Takes the UK dog down. Opening frag as well for Sprout, trying to close in on the A-bomb site, spraying on Tizian towards short. Next left alone, back over on long. Damage being done to a couple players thanks to those Molotovs put back, but Nex has got to go big, and he's not going to go in at all. 5-on-2, this should be the save call for the big side because this is an impossible retake. And indeed it is. Simple round at the very least for Sprout, and that will be enough to maintain control. He's back at evens at 12 on the T side board. The great thing as well, they didn't even lose a single player, so not a lot of reinvestment. A couple of players having to buy back down with the utility, but Searson's still got a full set, so not really a whole lot of investment coming through from him. And the AKs, the Kriegs, all remain in play. It's big. Their own economy state isn't looking too pretty, so the fact they have these two rifles might open up a few more options than would otherwise be available to them. Should drop some rifles. Tizian and Smooya can afford the AWP, so they can go back in with the double AWP setup. They won't. That tactical doing wonders for Sprout, and I think both teams still have one tactical pause left, so they're going to wait for the right opportunity to use it, as will Sprout, I assume. The question is, when will that right opportunity come? Next, aggressive face out towards second mid here in the apartments, nades on towards the bedroom to try and tag up a certain overextending T-side player. Centaurus has gone to this position a couple different times, but Sprout haven't really gone too far forward with it. They're opting towards the stairs of the apartments, and Taris, meanwhile, is actually pushing in over... Oh, very close. He wins out the fight against Farvan out towards Banana. Seems to face around and go even further forward with this one. The smokes are up, so we can't really face up against any more. An awkward nade from Searson does damage to himself. Opening frags, and Taris is tradable though for the Sprout side. The question is, will they find it or will they rotate back towards the A side? They will leave Smooya playing contact B. Bit passive for my liking, but I think it might just work. Got a full set of utility available to him, so can Incendiary Smoke try and hold them off at the banana position as soon as he sees the first T-side player rounding that corner. 40 seconds. And here they go. Three players round towards longs, and Taris getting smoked off, but continues to face forward. Great flash support. He almost lines up two, but Tabson there to support him as he gets the trade. Frag spots Keto as well in the apartments. Keto still lands the headshot though. Man advantage for Big, but only by the one-man margin. 20 seconds if Keto gets this spray. This will be a bomb site open. Searson takes the AWP to the first man. Back in for the second frag, but Next holds it down. Bomb drop. That should be round over. This should be 14 for Big. Keto can't act fast enough. Smooya on towards short. Just going to bide his time and wait. Keto actually might get a bomb down in time, but now Smooya with the USP will force the issue. Never mind. Flick back from the AK, still able to receive. And a bit overly aggressive from the AWPer. (13-13), all evened up once again between Sprout and Big. The German derby really delivering today. As there comes the final tactical for Sprout. They have been fighting an uphill battle all half so far. Watch Keto on 4 points of health, still connect the headshot on that last man. And they'll take this pause just to allow it to simmer for Big. I'll let it simmer all right. Next, forcing the investment. CZ, Kevlar helmet, but he's the only player that's doing so. Big not on the same page. We'll half buy around it, but they want to recover the lopsided economy state from Nex's part of things, then this is going to require a victory. Try to take the lead away. Nades in, the start for Tizian. Getting a bit of information, hearing the footsteps in the apartments, but only one player may have been heard. I don't think he heard the second player. Maintain apartments control as a result. A 3-2 split this time to the favour of the B-bomb site. Usually you see that 4-1 come in towards A. But not enough firepower to contest the contact. Sprout will establish contact here towards Banana, the AWP is Searson, hoping to see someone like Tabson, but he'll just put the smoke up, force them to fall back, and seeing a little bit of resistance, they will try and rotate a third towards the mid-face. Again, Sprout running this time are really low. If Big can get the bomb planter down at the last second, then this could well be a round for them, but all five now forming up to the B site execution. The third man will rejoin the main CT force. Will they hold the crossfire? P250 on one side, 5-7 on the other. Re-smoke down to try stall the time. They body block the smoke and they make their way quickly in. Smoothie down. Zantara's missing every single bullet though. And Spitty will open up the site for good. 5v3, retake, probably should come through from Big. Actually, Tabson, hold on. If he gets Spitty now, will he act? Gets to the back of the bomb site instead, but no. The main advantage they have is getting the kill at the last second. If they were able to drop Spitty on that Coffin's position, then maybe Big could have won the round, but as it stands, there's a 1 versus 5 for Tizian. No way back into this one. As Sprout do take the 14th, do take the lead, and sit within 2 rounds of victory here against the Big side. And what has been such a close effort from them. Again, major underdogs in this series, Sprout, and even so, they managed to take Big's own map pick. And this final buy from Big could spell the end for them. Heavy, heavy investment. And they aren't even on 5th stage loss bonus, so it's got to be this or nothing. Smokes down, flashes over, trying to block off any aggression of any T-side player that wants to get a good spawn straight into the broken wall position, but no one will make their way up that far. As Tizian, M4, bursts on through towards Keto, does a lot of damage with a dink down, 13 HP on the man. And AWP is Smooya, looking in for the first frag back on Farther. The Molotov timed great though, he forces him off position and does not lose his life for it. Still jump facing for Smooya, he's trying his best to get information out, but I think he may have given a bit too much to Farther and does not land that flick either. Nades in. Minimal damage done by the CT forces. Meanwhile, the counter flashes from Sprout are forcing the issue on every move of Smooya. They are reading this to a T. Firing off some AWP shots of their own from Searson's part. He's unable to connect anything. Down towards Banana. Establish a little bit of Banana presence here from the Sprout side. Massive damage done to the likes of Keto. He might be a liability. Smokes up. And Farven and Spitty. Smooya here with the AWP. Smooya now left as the main defender. Over towards Coffins. First responder waiting for someone to peer through those smokes. One will start to clear. The second one still up though out towards Cross. And Farben will lock onto his backup as Zentaris. Meanwhile, Keto strikes through the A bomb site as the real hit comes through. And they dismantle every player from Big. No one left to retake this. Plant down to the back of the site. Tabson and Smooya are probably going to consider throwing in the towel for this round. And indeed they are. Map and match point and quarter-final point as well for the Sprout side. Fighting hard to get back into this. They may well have been gifted a lifeline. Smooya will at least take one player away. If he can get a secondary pick as well, this might limit a couple options, but the money line really isn't much of an issue for Sprout, so as long as they manage it correctly, so much as they drop for the right people, 3 frags against their name shouldn't be too much of a problem, especially as they drop 4 over the CT side, and 10 grand actually on Farvan and Searson. This is a lot higher than I expected, so ignore everything I just said about the economy because Sprout have no problems. But big though, the same can't be said. SMGs on 3, the AWP for Smooya here on their last stand. They need to win this round to stay alive, else Sprout will be knocking them out in the quarterfinals. It's Keto around in the corner here towards Banana, a very fast play coming out from Sprout on the default. So they aren't going to commit the bomb to this position, but Tizian will spot it. And he will get taken out for his trouble. Information gain, but now Smooya's got to go big. Here in the footsteps, AWP scoping, and he takes out Dennis. Ready for a second player at the same time. Looking on towards short as well. Nexus here towards mid. Ready for Spiddy. Make his way up, flashbang in, but not able to receive against anyone. Spiddy spotted, spray on the first, not quite the second. Keto trades to 3 versus 3, so Sprout hold on to their advantages. But the only advantage being the weapon advantage. HP favouring Big. Good couple of faces with Smooya playing at the back over at Pit. He is isolated. If they can get this kill against him, they should be able to lock out the site. 2 kills for Smooya. Flick back to the third man. Not happening against Farvan. And Zentaris is going to wait for backup of Tabson. This retake. Everything lying on it. And again, SMGs versus rifles. 1 AK picked up for Zentaris. Might open up a chance, but they need to get these headshots. And Searson's now got the AWP waiting in. Shoulder bait will force him out. Molotov in. Tabson locked in against the smokes here. Searson catches off 1. It's all to Tabson. The IGL, the big guy, the big gun for Big. He's on the bomb site, but he's got 2 players to find. Spray. He's on the first man. Can he find the second? Does he know that Searson's still here to the back of the bomb site? I don't think he can see there. Burst through, doesn't matter. He can't take the fight, and he will lose it out. 16-13, and it will be Sprout in the semi-finals above their German brethren of Big. And they will look to take on Tricked or Aristocracy in our final series of the night here. But that is going to do it for this one. That is also going to do it from me, the Eternal J. I want to thank you all for watching, if you have been watching at all. And yeah, and the next matchup, I don't know who's taking you through that one. It might well be Cody. Well, I can't tell, actually. It's not even on the schedule, so it doesn't matter too much. But either way, there is a second series coming up in a couple moments' time, so stick with us here at Starladder and StarSeries and I-League's European qualifiers will conclude their quarterfinals after this short break. For the time being, though, if you have enjoyed any of today's casting, I recommend you type !caster in the Twitch chat and follow my personal Twitter. It does me a world of good and does help me support my work. So, stick with us, and our final series of the night will be on after this break. There's Big versus Sprout has ended up with Sprout in the semi-finals. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here very soon.